financial freedom. It's a very heavy emotional word or goal, right? But here's the problem. Emotional problems can't ever be solved. They can only be mitigated. If you want to have a problem that's solvable, it needs to be logical, literally by definition. So do you want to mitigate your emotions on financial freedom, or do you want to transform it into a logical problem, which then, of course, you can solve and actually get the financial freedom? Like I did, which allowed me to make 103K solo, that allowed me to quit this job right here within 2 years. And now I'm able to just sit here and make YouTube videos in my free time for fun. You can see that I consistently uploaded for a very long time now, so I have been actually financially free, and I did this all from being over 80K in the hole. So in particular, if you want to stay on track for the full time that is required, it can take 2 to 5 years, and how you can overcome any roadblock that you face within those 2 to 5 years track of financial freedom, again, in a logical way. The first thing that you need to do is transform the thought in your mind from emotional to logical. And the way that I learned how to do this is based on conversations. So think about what a conversation is. It's an exchange of ideas, an exchange of thoughts, right? And there's 3 different types of conversations. There's emotional conversations, like I feel this made me feel this way. There's logical conversations where it's like, oh, this is how you achieve this objective. Like if I need to dig a hole, what tools do I need? Do I need a shovel? How long is it going to take? What's like rocks are going to block me from digging this hole? And there's social conversations. Social conversations are just trading information, like, oh, the weather's nice today, or so-and-so did this, or I did this on the weekend. So how does this relate to financial freedom? An emotional conversation, that is like a dream for financial freedom. You feel a certain way, but nothing can be really solved here. Nothing can be accomplished. You can be hopeful to the dream of financial freedom. You could be doubtful. You could be really hyped up, motivated, and then you could be down in the dumps and then failing and burned out. But ultimately, it's just this feeling, not actually action, which is why for you, probably motivation doesn't work. Having a dream doesn't really work because dreams typically stay dreams. And then the logical, as I sort of mentioned, this is a mission. So something that has clear objective, clear roadblocks, clear levers that you can pull to overcome the roadblocks to finally actually take you from current state to end state. What tools I need, how long is it going to take? Again, kind of like digging the hole. And then social, this is just what you need to avoid once you have a mission. So exchanging information. If you had a social financial freedom, this is like, oh yeah, I'm starting a business in helping people get 6-packs, for example. And then you get a 6-pack yourself. You make some fun YouTube videos and you're like, oh yeah, you tell people about it. You post it on Instagram. You say you're doing these great things. But ultimately, there is no results tied to this financial freedom. You're kind of doing this as a hobby. That is social financial freedom. You're not actually making any money. You don't have a particular business model. You don't have a particular career in mind. You don't have a particular investment strategy in mind. You don't have a way to actually make it sustainable. So it's just a nice thing to tell people about and trade your information. Stay away from being social once you've made your financial freedom a mission. And you make your financial freedom a mission from just a dream by first, you acknowledge that it is an emotional thing right now. All financial freedom, all missions start as a dream. You acknowledge the fact that it is a dream. You're like, okay, I'm feeling fear. I'm feeling doubt. I'm feeling uncertainty. Then you dig in a little bit more. Okay, why am I feeling that fear and doubt and uncertainty? And then you'll probably realize after you go through this train of thought a little bit more and a little bit more deeper, you're gonna be like, oh fuck, what basis do I actually have on these emotions? There is no basis. Like, sure, I have them and I'm justified to feel uncertain because it is a very uncertain thing. I haven't done it before. But if I were to fail, if I were to try, I lose nothing. I'm just back where I am. I'm in my situation, which I don't really like. But sure, I technically wasted my time. But logically, at least I gave myself the chance to actually try and achieve the dream. But then once you got through that, now you can shift into a more logical state of mind because now you're asking these questions to make it logical. You go even more logical now to keep your missions and you convert. So, okay, I need X skills. I need X amount of money in terms of savings to keep me going. And I need X amount of income. And I can make income by this particular business model, this particular investment strategy, this particular career that I do enjoy more. Therefore, it is financial freedom and I can keep going. And of course, you ensure that you can make profit from whatever it is that you are doing to make sure it is not turning into a social financial freedom. so a hobby. Then now with your logical state of mind and things drilled out tasks that you need to do, you just go and do the work. Because really what it was preventing you was the emotions, if you think about it. Your own mind is what is stopping you, nothing else. Okay, but you might be thinking, even in that logical state of mind, okay, like I could set objectives. I already do realize that the emotions doesn't mean anything and I can just go accomplish something. But the problem is I have no end state. Like I have current state and I realize that I have to do something to get to end state. And I know vaguely like I need to get skills, I need to make money, blah, 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 blah to get there. But I don't even know what that end state is. So there's no real like concrete task that I can pick out. And what I will say to that and what I did for myself, for me, like I got this job. And actually this job was in alignment with my financial freedom. I got it sort of like a consulting type position. So it's within business. And I knew I needed to start some sort of business eventually to be financially free. That's what I wanted to do. But I didn't know what that was. So like, I really didn't have an end state, sort of like the position you're probably in. So there was no end goal to my mission. But I started where I thought the direction would be in, which is just business in general. So I got the job as a consultant and it was fairly enjoyable. Like I didn't mind that job that bad. It made me money. It allowed me to build up skills while working that job to eventually, after I built up more skills, I worked with a lot of different people. I talked to different people. I got different ideas. And of course, in my own free time, I did some self-learning. Then I discovered like, oh, fuck, there's this other business model. Like I can start a YouTube channel. I can do the trading thing that I like to do. And I built up those skills, which allowed me to be financially free. And then, of course, I did quit that job. So for you, what this means is don't spend years building a life you don't want. First, though, you need to take a direction. You just need to take some direction that is vaguely in the idea that you need to go. You spend some time in there and you do it. And from the information you gather, you stay aware the entire time. And you want to make sure like, okay, do I want to shift over like this way towards a different career? Or do I want to maybe shift towards this way, like my own business? Essentially, every single action that you take, you can imagine as a step, right? Is very literally you're walking towards your vague direction. But the thing is, think about literally, like if you're walking on a path, that step forward gets you a little bit closer to the goal, which opens up your field of view a little bit, right? So you have a little bit more information to act on. You have a little bit more clarity, which allows you to redirect a little bit, go towards it more directly, and just repeat this process over and over again. Although you may tend to get in your head, right? You get more information. You're like, oh, should I really do this thing? Should I really not do this thing? You go back and forth in years. And sometimes you can get stuck for months. And sometimes maybe you ask your friends or you ask your siblings or you ask your parents about it, but they're not that helpful because they're not really trying to achieve financial freedom either. If you're this high-skilled employee, you're a business owner, you're an investor, and you want to be able to talk to people that are actually working on the same goal so you can get like high signal feedback to get you unstuck out of this mindset or just make better use of your time in general, get tips from other people, then I actually have something for you. It's a free community in the top link in the description. If you're interested, it is free to join and you can take a look at it. But you can't totally rely on other people, right? They're very helpful. Ultimately, you're going to have to make the decision on how you're going to get unstuck from any situation. If on your way to financial freedom, you encounter a problem, you're the one who ultimately is going to have to do the work and ultimately going to decide what work to actually do. So how do you effectively find what levers that you need to pull in order to overcome every problem? And how do you find what levers are actually the most helpful ones to help you overcome the problem? It is very simply the process of inputs and then outputs. So you get inputs, information, and then you output work. But you're probably thinking like, what the fuck do you mean no shit? So I wanted to create an offer. I wanted to create a business and there has to be a good offer, right? And years back, I did try to start this business here related to my YouTube. And I had an offer. I had like a Stripe page pulled up and I had written out like the whole landing page. The thing is, of course, I didn't really know what a good offer is. I hadn't yet worked with people. Like I worked with people now, but now I know more what people want. But previously, I had no customers. I had no clients. I hadn't worked with anybody. I didn't really know what problems they had, what they really wanted to solve, what was really valuable to them. But I started with what I did know. So I read books. How do you create an offer? Like Alex Hormozi, he has his book on $100 million offers. I read that book and I just implemented what I could. I created an offer and I just put it out there in the world. And I got some sort of result. And then maybe it didn't work. And in fact, it did not work at all. No one wanted the offer. That means it was a shitty offer. So then I went back, I got more learnings, and I did that same process. So there's that inputs and outputs. But what really made the difference in this feedback loop of getting inputs and outputs is like the transition between inputs and outputs. What are you doing between the inputs and outputs to be most effective? Again, the levers to actually pull. So this is two things. It is thinking, number one, because you have to internalize the information that you do get. And then number two is feedback. So you need to know how to react to any information that you're getting out of your output. That is the secret sauce. So in the thinking side, so let's say you read the book, $100 million offers like did when you're trying to create an offer. Or let's say you're trying to get into a career, you read about how to do the interview, how to set up your resume, cover letter, whatever, or your investment strategy, you learn about a certain strategy, read about it, watch videos, whatever. The thinking part, at least for myself, I related to like, oh, I should craft my offer headline in this way. And it gives me an example. So I think about it in my own head. And that's the first part of thinking. And also, after I've read the whole thing, of course, as I'm getting inputs and I'm like reading a book or watching a video, before I implement it, I think back, okay, what have I really learned here? And I go through in my mind. And that process of reviewing is truly what's going to pull out information and ingrain it in my mind the best. Okay, now it's ingrained in my mind. Now what do I do? Then I can go into outputs. Then with those outputs, I can, of course, just do it and then have an action, a result to show other people to get feedback. And then I can sort of go in that process of thinking again. Or before I even do the outputs, and I'm not sure, like, oh, what should I really do? What lever should I really pull to make the most progress towards my financial freedom? I can get feedback. Of course, you can get feedback from other people, like I mentioned in my free community, top link in the description if you're interested, and figure out what might be the best for people, that are actually good to ask. Or you can get feedback by simply asking the people that may look at the result first. You ask like, oh, would you be interested in this? Or would this work? Or you can really even get indirect feedback by, again, searching up on the internet, just another question. Say like, oh, does this thing actually work? I'm thinking about doing this thing. Like you can talk to AI, for example, which is very helpful for like a quick feedback. You can see if anybody else did on the internet, like doing some research on the inputs that you learned. And that's going to figure out what is the best output that you can do. So you're essentially listing out everything that you could do from all your learnings, from the review and the thinking. You're evaluating each one by getting feedback in whatever way. Then you're picking the one that is best and you're doing that as your output, as the lever that you're going to pull. And if it didn't work, obviously that is feedback in itself, and you can go to the next lever and the next lever and the next lever. And if none of those works, then you can start the whole process again, get some new inputs. And like I have for myself, I crafted my offer, which is the thing that I mentioned. And now I'm actually starting to work with people. So people are actually finding it valuable. So if you do the same process, you're going to find likely the same result. So with this, you can be logically solving financial freedom, both in the more long-term and in the short term of actually just overcome specific problems. But you might be thinking, okay, I can think logical, but if I have no time, if my time's been eaten up by my job or whatnot, then obviously it doesn't matter how logical it is, doesn't matter how clear cut it is, I can't do it because it's going to require time. If that is the case for you, you have no time, you're wondering, how can I possibly accomplish what I need to accomplish in the time that I have? Well, you can watch this video right here to learn exactly how I did that.